So you're thinking about moving to Columbus, Ohio? In this video, we're going to talk about the pros and cons of living in Columbus, Ohio. There's so much to cover about Columbus, Ohio, the pros and the cons, which is exactly why I'm from my office in Grove City, Ohio, a suburb just on the southern side of Columbus. We've been here for a little while now. My family and I, we relocated to Grove City, and we're loving living in Columbus. So if you're going to ask me, what do you think of Columbus? I'm going to tell you 5 stars. Absolutely. Let's jump into this. The pros and cons of living in Columbus, Ohio. The pros of living in Columbus, Ohio, right off the get-go, it's affordable. The cost of living is much, much lower than the national average. I think we're right about 5% lower than the national average. That's pretty awesome. I mean, considering today's world of everything is increasing and we're below all the national average, that's awesome. Housing is a major draw because median home prices and average rent being considerably lower than coastal cities or other growing mid-sized markets. This makes it easier for people to buy a home and raise their family. Rents are cheaper. Housing prices are on average cheaper. Right here in Columbus. The job market is amazing. There are so many heavy hitter companies right here in Columbus. Nationwide Insurance, the Ohio State University, major college that has been around for many years and will be around for many more. Their sports division alone, I mean, that attracts people to be here, even if it's just for 4 years. There's the tech center. There's so much innovation going on in the tech world in this region. And then, of course, Columbus being Ohio State capital, there's always some government jobs around. That alone creates a stable job market in this region. You come to Columbus with no job, I promise you, you'll find yourself a job. The arts, culture, and food scene, second to none. I tell people this is the LGBTQ capital of Ohio. This is absolutely the most pride-friendly community you will ever find in Ohio. Ohio is, in general, in my opinion, a very open and friendly state, but Columbus is the center of it. There's so much culture just in that side of culture, let alone the diverse amount of other cultures alone is just insane. So there's so much culture, which in turn drives the food scene to just be everywhere, amazing. It'd be hard pressed to find some place you didn't like or find something you couldn't find here. Another great reason why Columbus is absolutely amazing. Again, we're going through the pros right now of living in Columbus. It's the central Midwest location. It's the one-day drive hub. So let's list off a couple of major cities that aren't far from here. Cincinnati, Ohio, 2 hours south. Chicago, a little up north, 3 or 4 hours from here. Detroit, about 3 hours. Indianapolis, 2 hours, 2.5 hours. Pittsburgh, the other way, probably about the same, 3-4 hours. You could literally go to one of these cities, spend the day there, and still be back home for dinner, or at least by time to be in bed. That's not including Sandusky, just to the north, with a major amusement park that everybody knows that rivals Cincinnati's Kings Island, but the location of it being so close to other major cities with so many other things is just, it makes it a great place to be because you can hop in the car, take a long weekend, and then have a mini vacation and still be back to work on Monday at normal time and still have a great weekend. So because going back to this being such a huge college town, education is on the forefront. It's a young, educated, and energetic population. How many people have come here for college and stayed? You'll hear those stories time and time again where, yep, I'm originally from Iowa or Florida or New York, and I came here to go to college and just they sucked me in. I'm stuck. I love it here. So we've always got that. Those are the top 5 pros, in my opinion, of why you should live in Columbus. The affordability, strong, diverse job market, vibrant arts, culture, and food scene, central Midwest location, and just being a young, educated population. 5 amazing reasons to live in Columbus. Hi, I'm Adam Hagen-Stein. I'm a licensed real estate professional right here in Grove City. Myself and my team, we've been helping clients buy and sell homes all over Ohio, and we would be honored to help you make the move to Columbus as well. My contact information is in the description as well in the pinned comment on the YouTube channel. Be sure to like and subscribe to this video on YouTube. I have lots of other videos just like this one where I give you an unbiased opinion. My mission is to help, is to serve my community, and the best way I know how to do that is through real estate, because I love owning a home. It's a great thing for myself and my family, and that feeling everyone deserves. Whether you have a big family or not, whether it's you, just you, a dog or a cat, or you and 10 kids and grandma and grandpa, whatever your family looks like, I want you to have the feeling of home ownership. Everybody deserves that. Like, subscribe, contact information below. Let's chat. Let's figure out how we can help achieve your real estate goals. All right, so we just talked about the pros. Let's knock out the cons. The dark side, if you will. Ugh. The weather in the Midwest can be very unpredictable. There's a saying in Cincinnati, wait 15 minutes, it'll change. That's just in general the Midwest. The further north you go in the state, typically the colder it gets in the winter months. Columbus is just below the lake effect snow, but sometimes they'll get a couple hits of that. But you will have, on average, a fairly cold winter. The summertime is not usually the warmest, but it's still a lot of humid summers. The weather, it's not like being in Florida where it's 80s, 90s, and you get to enjoy the beach every day and enjoy the sun. Limited public transportation is definitely a thing in Columbus. A lot of major cities in Ohio kind of run into this problem. We're not like the big cities where we have the subways and the trains and all of that. That infrastructure just was never created in Columbus. But there is a public bus system called COTA that runs all over. And there is lots of infrastructure for driving all around town. I tell people from Grove City, I can get to the opposite side of town, literally clear on the other side within about 35 minutes. On a good day with no traffic. You throw in traffic, you're looking 45 minutes to an hour to get to the other side of town. There's going to typically be higher property taxes. Despite the low cost of living and affordable median home prices, Ohio, and particularly central Ohio, Columbus area, do have relatively higher property taxes. I'm a resident of Franklin County. It's a little bit higher. Don't ask me exact rate. Best thing to do is look it up. Franklin County is the primary county of Columbus. There's some other counties that are on the outskirts. Look into Franklin County auditor site and you'll be able to do some research there. So keep in mind property taxes when we're searching for homes. I already touched on this, but we'll talk about traffic congestion and road construction. That can be a pro and a con. Like I said, the infrastructure to get around town is there, like driving wise. but they're constantly trying to improve it, make it better, because like everywhere, it needs to be improved when you've got all of these cars constantly driving on it. So you're going to constantly have road construction. Variable quality of public schools. In my opinion, this is kind of on par with any real major city. Usually the inner city schools are typically not so good compared to the schools that are on the outskirts of town and the suburbs. But Columbus City School District does have all sorts of different schools within the districts. The Columbus City School District that serves the central city has a wider range of quality and faces ongoing challenges with funding and performance. So there's a lot of schools within the Columbus City School District. And as I've said in other videos, when it comes to school districts, especially larger ones, because Columbus City School District is one of the largest school districts in the state of Ohio. Right here in Columbus, we have 3 out of the top 5 are right here in Columbus for the largest school districts in the state of Ohio. So that says there's a lot of schools, a lot of kiddos go there, and that's just, it's on par. You're going to have some schools that are going to be the best and everybody's going to want to flock to it. We would have to figure out which school we think is the best school for your family and use that as a pin and search out from there, is my recommendation, if school district is a huge factor for you. Within Columbus in general, there are lots and lots of charter schools and private schools and other different types of schools that you can send your kiddos to. So you have options. The top 5 cons are the unpredictable weather, the limited public transportation, your property taxes are a little higher, traffic congestion can be a nightmare sometimes, not always, and then the public school system just, it isn't the best. Those are my pros and the cons, the good, the bad, the ugly about Columbus, Ohio. Now, I'm not a long-term Columbus resident. I'm a transplant, but as a professional giving you guys my thoughts on it, I still think Columbus is a great place to live. I think the culture and the community outweighs any negative things Columbus could ever have about it, because you're going to come here and you're going to feel at home right away. So, and I say that coming from my perspective because that's what happened to us. So we moved up here towards the beginning of the summer and we have just felt at home from the very get-go. 5 stars times 2, 10 stars. That's my thoughts on this. I'm a licensed real estate professional right here in Columbus in Grove City. I'm happy to help if you're thinking about making this move to Columbus. So let's connect. Bye.